Hey Dandelion Tribe, good morning. It's Sunday. I don't know what day it is in August. I believe it's the 27th today. Sunday. Anyways, I just did my walk to town and walk back up. I did a lot of thinking last night, sleeping and thinking and healing big time. I've decided that I'm going to be moving away from Quesnel, mainly for my safety, because I've figured what's going on in this small town of 20,000 population. I call it the Ring of Fire because it was Vancouver for years, and then it was Kelowna. Kelowna burnt to the ground just recently. I used to lecture at Lake Okanagan Resort in dentistry and in Perio for Perio Study Club when I was living in Calgary. I used to fly out, Garner Bleesk and myself. He spoke on nutrition. Anyhow, everything's moving north. Latako Danné Nation. Oh my gosh, I haven't been up South Quesnel for a while. They've got bike paths all paved and everything. They've got the arbor. They've paved I don't know how many longhouses, so I think they're expecting a lot of visitors. I think the big ones coming in the lower mainland area. The fires have happened. My expensive Pandora bracelet, you have to see how much copper is being released from Mother Earth. My expensive Pandora bracelet is black. You can see the toxins from the environment in my skin. The largest organ in the body is absorbing only in the Boo portal. Only since I've came to CARIBOO, I've had this bracelet since Kimberley, BC. It was the Edinburgh tattoo kind of simulation that my Highland dancing peeps put together. It was an amazing event, similar to the Edinburgh tattoo that my Highland dancing peeps kind of put together. Anyhow, the sun's a little bit fiery red today. I can't turn it around my camera. It's not working, but I'll try and show you a little bit. See if I can get it on camera. Oh, there it is. Let's see how red it is. Anyways, so, and my health. I have to get back to Alberta to be able to get the proper diagnostics, breast cancer wise. And after the 13 concussions that I sustained in the last 2 months, the initial one, I think I need to report to ICBC because my friend Clayton Bowder was off his bike in the pedestrian crosswalk. Truck, he didn't hit us, but the energy from the truck, I flew off my bike. I've got the pictures of my helmet with the dents in it, and that was the first really, really big concussion. So I think I have to pursue that as a pedestrian accident because there's no flashing lights for pedestrians crossing, and I'm sure a lot of people have been killed on that corner. If ICBC looks into the stats, the insurance stats on that corner in Quesnel. So, but my health is most important right now. So I do have to get back to Airdrie, Alberta, home right now, and figure out, get another sleep-deprived EEG because 5 of the concussions happened in emergency in the ER of Quesnel and the ER room of Prince George hospitals, right in front of the doctors. Apparently they're South African doctors, not meeting a basic standard of practice here in Canada. They should not be allowed to practice, especially in emergency rooms. They need to go back to school on their coin, not on Canadian taxpayer dollar coin, because of the shortage of staff. Now, my recommendation to the College of Physicians and Surgeons across Canada and frankly around the world, us healthcare professionals would come back with temporary licenses to do locums. I would suggest the lawyers, the idiots that are running our boards at this moment in time, and I will call you idiots because you are. You're collecting a six-figure income and not running the boards well at this moment in time, and I will call you out, especially the Preventive Dentistry Board in British Columbia, dental hygienist. I will call you out. I will put you in the firing line, and because you've done an extremely poor job of running the board here in British Columbia since you took over and you separated from the College of Physicians and Surgeons. So you know who I'm talking about. My brain farts because of the concussions and the seizures that are much better every day, thank goodness to my medical doctor in Alberta, Dr. Dave Sinha from Synergy Collaborative Health. Best doctor in the world because he is a self-studied Ayurvedic medical doctor as well as medically trained here in Canada. In fact, my doctor, Dr. Rehill, who practiced here in Prince George, British Columbia, initially said, I'd like to refer you to one of my colleagues. He's a little bit different. Well, I said to Dr. Rehill, different is good in medicine, especially because I've always been a different preventive dental therapist. And many of my colleagues and clients ask me, Danné, why didn't you become a dentist? I'm like, why would I want to become a dentist? They're treating symptoms of disease. I want to prevent disease. That's where dental hygienists have been at the core of prevention of disease. Everything that goes in the mouth, right, is a drug. One's man medicine is one man's poison. We have been studying that since the inception of time. You want to ask someone who is a keener in preventive health, you ask 10% of the dental hygiene population, because I've taught them. I've taught them in my 40-year career before I was forced to retire from dentistry, because in 2023, there still isn't interprovincial licensing in any profession in Canada. Shame on you. Shame on you, all you licensing bodies in Canada. You know, you guys said back in the 90s that you were going to do this. I know, because I was involved in the boards. I was asked to be on the boards for dental hygienists coming into British Columbia to practice. My eyes were wide open in the quality and standards of practice of dental hygienists worldwide. Some of them were exceptional and some of them were, oh my God, like that's how bad their practice. Like that's why schools that go through accreditation, right? It's a tough go. It's a tough go. But once you're accredited, I think you have to maintain that every 5 years, I believe. I could be wrong on that. But there's a reason for it. They want to make sure that whoever's coming into their province has a basic standard of practice. It's basic. Why do you think they came up with the national boards, right? You write the national board exam to be able to interprovincially practice. Folks, this is 2023, and that is not happening in healthcare. All the great ones left. Why? The forced jab. I would have left. I chose not to get the jab. I was undergoing cancer treatment. You think I'm fucking stupid? I would have more inflammation on top of the extra radiation that I chose with my integrative oncologist, Dr. Jessica Moore, to me, the best in the world, because she helped me make an informed decision. All that the integrative oncologist is good for is statistics. That's what she told me. Just get the latest statistics, Danné, from the integrative oncologist. Because I asked my integrative oncologist at Baker, the Baker Cancer Clinic in Calgary, I said, with all the gazillion dollars that have been spent in cancer research, because I know in children's cancer research, women's cancer research, men's cancer research, how much better Is it? She said, oh, it's more targeted. What? That's as good as it gets, Dr. Loki? That's as good as it gets for the gazillion dollars that you've raised? It's more targeted? Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. That's pretty poor research. I sure could do a fucking heck of a lot better with what I've gone through in the past 4.5 years, nearly dying, right? Nearly dying. I don't know how many times. And with these concussions and what I've had to go through to apply for welfare, and I have paid into this system since I was 13 years old. Are you kidding me? I've paid into our system and I can barely get it. In fact, I'm still short $1,200. I've reached out to the local churches here when I had money, right? When I came to the Boo Portal, and I donated to the street family cigarettes or change. They needed some food. I bought them a hot meal, right? They were on my doorstep, right? The church is, oh, you're so great, Danné. You're such an amazing shaman healer. Because I do heal like Jesus. I am an energy healer. And I do heal like Jesus, right? I get the energy flowing, right? And then the hard work begins, right? It raises awareness. I give them tips on what they need to do to self-heal. But you need to heal the mouth first. Get the brain on the proper nutrients, because then the body heals itself and the pain goes away. I know. I'm a walking example in both brain health and cancer health. Like Dr. William J. Walsh said, the next generations are not even going to know the words mental health, addiction, suicide, or cancer. Do you think Big Pharma's scared shitless? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. They're scared shitless of me. They're scared shitless of Dr. Walsh. They're scared shitless of Dr. Daniel Amen, right? But they're scared shitless of me because there's not anyone that's walked the streets like I have, day in and day out, right? Even when I'm sick, right? Even when I'm sick, because my street family makes me laugh. And guess what? Laughter raises endorphins and raises your hormone levels and helps your adrenal glands, right? Just ask Cheryl Ann Oberg, my dear friend who just retired from Calgary Children's Hospital in Alberta. She just got her status, Métis, right? But Métis has no privileges. Bullshit. We all come from source here in Canada. We all should have those privileges. The tax breaks, right? Everything, right? First Nations has created. First Nations, and I'm going to call you out. First Nations, you're bleeding the system just like our Canadian government. And reconciliation is to the Canadian people. Is to the Canadian people, right? Because we're all Canadian. We were born here. And those that have been allowed to immigrate here, it's a privilege to be here. Don't disrespect we, the Canadian people. I was just talking to a young man down at Chevron gas station here, and it was kind of rude to me, right? Because his family has money. And he's kind of funny, right? I've enjoyed his humor, but he was kind of rude, and I thought, you little fucking shit. I hate to think how you disrespect your mother, right? And I've had a few of these young shits lately. Another one I'll call out, his name is Liam. He's a firefighter up here. He just left to go home to Surrey, I believe it was, right? Girls, beware of Liam, right? Don't get involved with the dude. I even told the street family, if he comes up here, beat him up a little bit. He thinks he's a playboy and he's not. He's not a very nice young man, but he thinks he's hot shit. If he was my son, I'd kick him in the balls as his mother. Yeah, I would. And I don't say that very often about. I would, if it was my son, I'd kick him in the balls. Right now, I'm going to kick my son in the balls. He's not talking to me for about a year. So anyways, I don't mind that, but I would like to see my granddaughter, Zaya. Anyways, oh, my battery's low. So I should be signing off. Anyways, there's going to be some amazing press releases. I'm going to be contacting Valerie Rossi in Rossland. I've just figured out some amazing stuff of how this ring of fire is really going on and exposing really what's going on. I would really love to see all our government officials and leaders survive on CPP like I do, $691.38 a month, and then live off the streets and try and figure out how they're going to pay $1,200 a month rent and all their bills, and have to go down to the courthouse every day and bring in all their paperwork and go to the courthouse and pick up their checks and see if they qualify and phone 1-866-866-0800 and be on hold for sometimes 20 minutes to 3 hours, and then have some little shit that I pay his salary for hang up on me because I'm having seizure activity going on because I'm unwell after 13 concussions, right? How rude. How rude. That guy on the other end that is employed by BC Services, I've paid his salary since I was 13 years old. So I hope this video that I'm going to put on YouTube spreads far and wide. I'm going to try and post it on Facebook. I'm not very good at loading. I think you have to do shorter ones. I'm not sure. But I am going to post it on YouTube. It might get taken down, so I guess it's controversial. I'm not sure what the parameters are. Anyways, I shout out to the galactic historian, David D. Nellis, and Two Feathers Medicine, Laura Massey, Maddie, and sorry, I'm having brain farts again. I got to ground myself. Anyways, Dale Tobin with Symmetry of Health, and my other esoteric community, Sophie with Maison Jupiter and her twin sister. And I'd like to do a shout out to Tarot by Janine and Jean-Claude with Beyond Mystic. This is going to be an amazing news story. I know Tarot by Janine, you just moved up to Haida Gwaii. You're not very far from me here, Janine. You're going to want to be here for this news story. I'm going to be leaving to probably head to Prince George so I can fly in and out to go to Calgary and take the e-bus a little bit faster to be able to get to my medical tests. But I'm going to tag you guys because this is bigger than your tour that you did in the States. This is Canadian, Janine. Bigger than what you ever knew in Calgary that was going on. And I knew you knew quite a bit of stuff, but I said some things on your channel and I said some things to Sophie in my readings, and you guys didn't respond. So you might want to respond now. And one of my spirit animals is the deer. And look who's crossing the highway right now behind me. Is a deer. Hopefully you can see it. I'm not sure. There it is. I hope you can see it. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful day. Bye for now, Dandelion Tribe. Danné out.